Hi, it's Daniel Murphy, and today we had this back leaning ash tree. You can see clearly here a tapered hinge. Just doing a little extra protection for the sheds over there. And we had a pretty wide open drop zone here. Trying to keep it off the stone driveway just so none of the stones go through the chipper. And what else we got? We got that spruce tree coming down today, and we got a pine tree coming down. So we have 3 trees coming down today. This was a back leaner. We set a high pull line with the throw line there. And just a little quick tip there, if you tie that knot on the back side there, that knot won't get buried, and it'll be easy to untie the rope. Well, it still might have to get pulled out of there, but anyhow, what I'm trying to point out on this tree is I did make kind of a sloppy notch on this, right? You can see it's a little bit uneven. I left those hinge fibers high in the front. That's on purpose. That's making that plate cut. So that would be my normal first cut on the notch there, that pie cut. And then this would be the first cut out of the plate. But I still didn't have a clean notch at that point, so I had to take a second plate cut. And you can see why they're called plate cuts, because that is just nothing but a plate right there, right? Half a plate anyhow. And the point I'm trying to make here is, as an arborist, I have 3 trees to drop today. I got a little sloppy, and I took my time to correct it. I wasn't in a hurry to make this notch clean, perfect on the first shot. I don't mind spending an extra minute. It's probably could have been as little as 20 seconds or 30 seconds per cut there. So an extra minute on this stump here to make this fall. But if I was a logger working in the woods, dropping 50 to 100 trees in the course of a day, that extra minute wasted on every tree amounts to a lot of time, a lot of productivity. So for a logger, he's got to dial his efficiency in, and he's not wasting any time at all. He knows what he needs and has to use to get a tree on the ground to the lay, and he's not going to waste another second more than that. For in this situation, and in many situations in suburban settings, you might only be dropping 1, 2, 3 trees in a day. So what if you spend an extra minute, 2 minutes, or even on a tight fall, maybe spend an extra 10 or 15 minutes? It doesn't really matter. What matters is getting that tree to the lay and doing that in a reliable, trustworthy way where you don't have to bring a climber in, a bucket truck, or a crane to go rig a tree like this out. So that's the point I'm trying to make. Yes, loggers have phenomenal skills, and yes, we can learn a lot from them, but to try to match them and cut just like they cut, cutting humbolds, whatever, cutting high back cuts, stump shot, that a lot of that stuff is just not necessary in a suburban situation. And this is one good example of there where, you know, any good logger is going to say, geez, look at that guy. He's such a sloppy cutter. He had to cut that notch in 3 cuts. I'd have cut that the first cut every time. And he'd be right, except it doesn't matter to me. I'd rather have a little bit of height to those hinge fibers on the front of the hinge. I'd rather have, you know, a time to just relax and set my rope and make sure it's pre-tensioned properly. And this tree, you know, back leaner is definitely going to go the right way. And that just takes... It just makes sense. It's just common sense that my needs are not the same as the logger's needs. We're only cutting 3 trees down today. Thanks for watching.